Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your brother in the struggle coming right back at you once again. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, before we begin and before we get into the subject that I would talk to you, and you know what I'm going to talk about, obviously, what is going on around the world and how every prophecy is fulfilling itself. Okay? And get into the culminating moment of the eternal battle between good and evil. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, let me just tell you, this type of knowledge is what I call the unforbidden knowledge, the prohibited knowledge. If you're not ready to accept this reality that I prove to you here beyond any shadow of a doubt through my links, even though I may not agree with some of the stuff that is being put out there, still, I don't mean to confuse you. You know what I teach here, because what I teach comes straight out of the Bible. So, okay? For instance, when I tell you the Sabbath day, which is the fourth commandment. So it's not me. So forget about what man tells you. One of the links that I would, for instance, share with you today, excuse me, some of the links that I will share with you today is going to kind of, if it doesn't wake you up to the reality that we are living under a delusion, okay, a deceitful, evil delusion being offered by the God of this world since the beginning of time, since we were created upon this planet up to now. He has offered humanity an alternate evil reality, and humanity has run away with it to the cause of what? Human calamities all over the place, suffering, and the devil's disciples, they would do what must be done, which are the governments of the world. Throughout history, that's why all empires and all human civilizations have always worshipped gods. Okay? For instance, you just came out of you, a Catholic, you just came out of what? Out of Easter, without actually understanding where Easter came from. But you go along with it. See what I said? Humanity ran away with it. Humanity has always followed its footsteps towards the ultimate destruction. That's why you see humans dying and being killed by the devil and his disciples and his soldiers all over the planet. You've seen people being carjacked. You've seen people being killed by a stray bullet. You name it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me read what I wrote to you. Then we go and to a couple of verses, and then you once again, I was away for a little bit. Yes. You know why? Because this truth is being, ladies and gentlemen, more than ever, is being completely challenged. So we are living in challenging times. By the way, I'm gonna send to you again my Rumble, okay? Because I'm in Rumble, and I'm also my other YouTube channel. So let us begin. The manipulated human mind. The history of the human creation upon this flat earth of ours has always had two ways of looking at it, two ways to live by, two paths to walk upon, and they are as follow. One, we are an eternal creation, created in the image of its maker, God Almighty. God is eternal. He created us. He's not some extraterrestrial being. He's not some UFO, ladies and gentlemen. Please, UFOs and extraterrestrials are demons, fallen angels, playing with your mind, just like politicians always and empires, human empires, have always done. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I know how feeble and how naive, how the human mind can be easily manipulated. I used to be a door-to-door salesman before the internet came along, before the cell phone. Okay? So, we are an eternal creation created in the image of its maker, God Almighty, the great I am, who made and created everything that there is, like the sun, the moon, the stars, the seven seas, the trees, the birds, and the bees, the four-legged animals, the fishes, and the big fishes, the big whales of the sea. And this creation who shortened their existence by disobeying its maker, this very same maker, through the process, okay? And then when shortening its existence through the process of death. Oh, number two, here's the other reality, the deceitful, evil reality to which humanity has given itself to. Oh, we just evolved through a process in which it took billions of years to become the animal creatures that we are today, which came out of a cosmic Big Bang explosion with no meaning or purpose. So in other words, ladies and gentlemen, you have no meaning, there's no meaning or purpose to you, there's no rhyme or reason to your existence. Okay? There's no reason, purpose, with no meaning or purpose of being. For we just are what we became, which actually based on wishful thinking of a grandiose delusion, which even if it is proven even if it's proven as the fallacy that it has, and by the way, it has been proven, it would not stop from being taught in the worldwide educational systems. The theory of evolution. Because nothing can be better than to deceive people in order to control them. And this is, by the way, applies to everything which government can control, such as religions, political system, economics, and the scientific community. For they complement each other, you see. For they all came out of each other. So there you have it. Two paths that you can go by, sort of the opposite attract, duality, which they like. For instance, reality is the God reality, that we are created in the image of God, versus the evil, alternate, program and manipulated reality. Okay, that we came out of evolution. But then again, this flies on its face through our human history. All kingdoms, all empires have always worshipped gods. You understand? We are ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. So, number two, laugh now and cry later. The laugh now and cry later mentality. People are going to wish that they could cry. They're going to go through so much suffering. They're going to wish that they could let it out. Humanity is about to get tortured, my friend. It's going to be torturing. Number three, giving to what I am rather than what or who I could have been. Human history has completely been manipulated by the master manipulator, Satan himself. And so his minions His disciples throughout human history, governments has always learned from the evil master to control their society. And using such big-time psychological games throughout human history that it isn't even funny. So obvious and massive that it always overwhelmed the human mind with, for instance, a game that they play, order out of chaos. Who do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Let me give you a perfect example. Who do you think has been creating the concept that you have? You see what I'm saying? That you've been programmed. The concept that you have, the Islamic people are terrorists. Who do you think have created them? The same people that created Hitler for a purpose. They don't care about the casualties. They don't have any feelings. Remember, these are the devil's disciples. You think they got, for instance, do you think that when they tell you about climate change, do you really think that they care about you people? Wake the hell up, ladies and gentlemen. It's all a game. It's all a lie. Everything is being controlled based upon a lie. Everything on this planet is a lie. Let us keep going before I give you some more example. The problem, reaction, solutions. The synthesis and antithesis, and then synthesis. They create a problem, 9/11. They wait for your reaction. Everybody's outraged. They want people join the army and the Marines. And by the way, I was in the Marines, but that was back way before 9/11. So people were motivated. They went in there to trying to find an enemy that the United States, that the leaders pointed to, and they went in there trying to fight, trying to kill their conceived enemy through lies. In fact, to this day, these leaders are so evil, George Bush, that these people, he has actually, and I have sent you even video, they made fun out of killing 1.2 million Iraqis, based up again on a lie. So, once again, the Islamic terror that you consider terrorists are people that the United States, the CIA, has created. For instance, who do you think bring the drugs to Latin America and to Mexico? The CIA. I knew. I used to be a drug trafficker myself back in New York when I was growing up. I wanted to be the American gangster. But guess what? God had a purpose for me and said, no freaking way. And here I am. The same thing with the Apostle Paul. Remember the story of the Apostle Paul, what he used to do? Kill people, putting his own people into prison. Didn't God use him? Here we go. So they have a lot of psychological game. Problem, reaction, solution. Right now the problem is racism, something that they know does not exist. Because what does exist, ladies and gentlemen, is the evil and the eternal battle between good versus evil. Because if a human being is racist against another human being, they are being racist against themselves. Because we all are one race. We all are one. Anyway, so let's go. Man has always played God with his evil ego is always lurking to enslave him. Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you an example of manipulating the masses. And I'm sure you heard of it. You saw what happened to Donald Trump, right? that he supposedly got indicted in New York. Do you know that that's a distraction, ladies and gentlemen, for what is actually coming to America? Do you know that the dollar is dying? Haven't I been telling you this for the longest? Do you know that the digital dollar is already here? It's a matter of making you accept it. This whole world is about to make a 180-degree change. It's going to impact the whole world. Remember, they've been talking about the New World Order. They've been talking about it. In fact, it's in the back of your dollar bill. Novus Ordo Seclorum, the new secular age. Look at the back of your dollar bill. By the way, the United States is the second beast, ladies and gentlemen. The first beast is the Roman Catholic Church. And what do I mean by the beast? The Roman Catholic Church is the devil's human form girlfriend. The United States is the devil's lover, the devil's bitch. In fact, that's how the United States has been treated. Okay? She has been treated like a bitch. Everybody want to come here to America. Okay? Everybody wants to come to America because America has made life unbearable in this crime-ridden countries where God's people are. Ladies and gentlemen, so let us go to Isaiah chapter 14. Isaiah chapter 14. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Again, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12 and 13. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which this weakens the nations? 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. You understand? Ladies and gentlemen, let us go to Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So there you have it. See, the power of manipulation has always been, in fact, that's what brought on the original sin upon this earth. Okay? The original sin upon this earth. Okay? So, which was through the process of what? Psychological manipulation. And through our human history, leaders have always used that. You name it, they use all kinds of fears. Political organization like Black Lives Matter, for instance. If Black Lives really matter, all black people will be in Chicago, Baltimore, New Orleans, protesting, understanding who brings in the arms and the guns to our ghettos. Not just to talk about it, but to understand that why it's happening. Okay? Why the devil is doing this. Because he needs to destroy as many as God's people as possible. Now you may say, well, aren't we all God's people? Yes. in terms of creation, but in terms of the chosen one, because again, this knowledge is not for everyone. You understand? You may like this what I bring about here, but this is not about liking. I'm not looking for subscribers. I'm looking for people that are willing to wake the hell up and understand what is going on and stop being part of this destruction of being part of the manipulated human mind game, which has always succeeded until God comes and burn this whole place up. Ladies and gentlemen, God is going to let this earth on fire, but before that, he must get his people out of the way. And I'm calling you now, please, it's no more time to waste. Are you going to wait till the dollar goes down, the digital dollar, then the mark of the beast? Okay? Because that's where it's going. Okay? Now you look at Ukraine and what has been happening here. Ukraine, ladies and gentlemen, is just a bastion of evil. Because you got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, not because of just being evil, because we are all evil. We are all slaves to sin. We are all sinners. But we got to understand that the red man has always been the descendants of Esau, Edom. There's evil in this man, and I don't want to call him white man, because my best friends were white folks as I was growing up in Brooklyn, New York. So again, I don't believe in racism. Racism doesn't exist. Evil in people's heart, that's what exists. Okay? People are confused. They don't even know who they are anymore. Am I a woman? Maybe I'm a man today, but tomorrow, who knows? I may be a woman. Maybe I be anonymous, and I must be accepted. So in other words, you see what is happening? The devil is making people behave in such illogical ways, going against their own self, against their own nature, being an insult to their very existence. Okay, transgender. How can you be happy being as a transgender? That's so sad. See, humanity is making the devil destroy them so easy. When you go against God's given natural way of being and then living, you don't deserve to live. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, but look at the leaders if you don't believe me. Look what this man is doing at the White House. Okay? And he's not the president, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say it slowly so that you can understand it. Joe Biden is the president of the United States in paper. But the people that actually run this and all government through history are the ones that owns the money. And the people that owns the money are the people that actually worship the god of money, which is the devil. Remember, Luke 4, when the devil tried to tempt our Savior and Creator? So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to send you links telling you what you just finished celebrating Easter, where it's coming from. I'm going to show you history, using history, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to prove it, but yet you will decide to keep on enjoying your Easter celebrations and many more to come. You understand? It is sad because the devil got you already. He hooked you. Okay? He hooked you up. Just like when he hooks you up on and makes you addicted to crack cocaine, to fentanyl, and all drugs out there that are coming. I mean, you got one that's called crank. Ladies and gentlemen, it's sad. I used to walk in the devil's steps, and I can tell you, it's not fun. For the moment, yeah, you may think you have friends. They're not your friends. Because remember, everything is a lie. Who you think is your best friend could be your worst enemy. And your worst enemy could become your best friend. Remember that. So please, do not forget the links that I will send you, which will show you first. I mean, I don't know exactly how I'm gonna, in the order that I'm gonna put it in, is the actual proof of the fallen monetary system in the United States. Okay, they'll be held to pay for the United States, ladies and gentlemen. She owes big time as the most powerful nation on this planet. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you, do you think that an 80-year-old man that admits that he has lost his mind, that doesn't know who he is, who is a pervert, a pedophilia? I mean, you've seen him. Joe the pervert, he should be his name, just like his son. Okay? And then once again, ladies and gentlemen, why are they throwing everything at Donald Trump and not Hunter? Because it is all a distraction, ladies and gentlemen. Hunter laptop. You understand? Disinformation, a bureau, everything is a distraction. If you think that these men in the White House care about the United States, I mean, look what's happening at the bottom. Open border society. Now, you know who's visit this 80-year-old man all the time? George Soros' son. He's been at the White House, like, you know, in the 2 years that this man been in there, like what, 27 times? Or dozens of times? Open society, remember? And by the way, it's not just George Soros that has picked this district attorney in Washington, Chicago, in New York. No, ladies and gentlemen, he has billions. This man is dying, but remember, demons always would like to make their mark before they part. As far in terms of the human man, he uses them and then destroys them. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, once again, I was away because truth has been challenged. Okay? And yet, the people that while I was away, just like Moses was away, okay, in the mountain, then when he came, he found what? People worshiping other gods. Okay, the Israelites. So I gave you what, 2 weeks to decide whether you want to keep listening to this video and live according to God's 10 commandments, his laws, having a strong relationship with him. Then, but again, like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if you unsubscribe from this channel, because this is not for everyone. Okay? This is not, you know how many people out there have traveling channels where they just go around the world and they got like 500,000, 1 million subscribers? Because that's all part of what? Distraction. I'm not here to distract you. I'm here to give it to you straight from the hip. I'm here to give it to you raw. Take it or leave it. You're not ready for this? Then keep on moving. Make believe you never saw me. Okay? This is all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. May God bless you. And take care. And there's more. By the way, tomorrow I will make the Spanish version of this video. All right? Mañana voy a hacer la versión en español de este video. Y'all take care. God bless.